Hello, I'm Edward Foster, artist, and I've got my Green Woman painting with me today, and I'm going to talk a little bit about her and how I created her. So, the Green Woman and the Green Man are figures from our mythological and ancient past. You often find carvings of them in churches and other places too, but I didn't want to do the archetypal Green Woman. I wanted to do the Green Woman as being human but part of nature, and that's what we are. We're human beings, but we're nature too. So I didn't want her to be a mythological figure. I wanted her to be real. So how did I go about creating this painting? Well, before we get to the painting, let's have a look at some drawings first, because I always start my creations off with drawing, and drawing is a really essential part of my creative process. So first of all, I'll get a feeling, an idea, an experience, everything, and I will then draw that experience onto paper. So here we are. This is the Green Woman. This is the first scribblings, or doodle, shall we say. It's actually quite a sophisticated doodle. Sometimes there can be just a few scraps of lines, notes too. I always write words, but this is quite big for a doodle actually. Sometimes it can be very, very small, but so you get the idea then, and she sort of comes alive as I draw her. She comes onto the paper, and then we kind of co-create. And then when I get the rough idea of the painting, I then do a much more sophisticated drawing, and I'll show you that now. Here she is, and I'll spend a long time drawing this. So this could take me up to 10 hours to draw. And this is all about balancing the image. Finding everything to be in the right place, lots of details. It's very, very, very important, this process. In fact, it's extremely important. It's just as important as the painting itself. So drawing for me is where I dig deep into these depths that I want to find, and then so I can create this wonderful image that comes to me. So when I've done the drawing, I then transfer the drawing onto canvas and I start to paint. So let's have a look at the painting now. So as you can see, the Green Woman, she's green, but also she's flesh coloured as well. We'll look at the colours in a moment, but before that, let's have a look at the form of the painting. Now, if you can see from the top here, and if I use my finger to help, and if you go from the top, the central part, and we go all the way down, we can see the central line, and that's very, very important. And this central line divides the painting into two halves, but the halves balance perfectly. For instance, the line that comes down divides the eyes. You've got the eyes on each side. The face is central. Also divides the hair. The hair folds one way, folds the other with the leaves too. And interesting, as you come down here, you can see the lilies coming out of the mouth on both sides. Come further down, we've got the bluebells and these beautiful coiling ferns here at the bottom. And also we've got the foxgloves. Can you see? On both sides. So they create a lovely balance, and it's quite hidden as this balance. You don't know it's there, but it is there, and that's a huge part of my planning. And another huge part of my planning is to use shapes, and I use shapes a lot in my paintings. This one has got triangles in, believe it or not, because it's all curves, isn't it, and everything's flowing, but it has triangles in for structure. And the triangles run from the top point here, and they come down this side, they come down that side. Also there's some further ones that cut more into the picture here using the foxgloves as well. So there are triangles in there, but of course nature isn't straight lines, so we don't want straight lines. Those triangles, the central line, is just to help balance the painting, and it gives me a structure to work within, and that's really, really important. Let's have a look at colours now. Obviously green is very, very important in this picture, and the green goes into her face as well. So we've got shadows, I don't know if you can see that very well, but we've got shadows coming in here, and I'm using green as well. Greens and browns and bits of blues in there too, but green is predominant there because we want her to reflect her background, shall we say, and she's part of nature too, so she's green. So that's very important too. So it's a gentle colouring of this picture, but we do have strong colours subtly coming in too. Look at the foxgloves. And this colour, variation of the colour, is repeated. We've got it here, there, and of course we've got it here on this symbol, which is a flower of life. So subtleties, but strong subtleties as well. It's very, very important that I bring that out as well. So there's lots of symbology, etc. in the painting, and some of the plants. If you find out about the different plants, you can reveal a lot more about this picture. And of course, I'm not going to tell you every secret, I couldn't do that, but you could have a look and find out yourself, perhaps, what maybe some of these plants mean, but also what it means to you. What does the painting say to you? Because it really is in the eye of the beholder, and you are the beholder. Well, thank you so much for listening to this video today. The painting is actually going to Canada soon. It's got a new home. Somebody's bought it in Canada, so that's very exciting. Luckily though, I have done some signed limited edition prints as well, which have come out rather well, and really beautiful they are. Each one is numbered, and then each one is signed personally by me as well. And these go worldwide as well. But I'm glad you enjoyed this video. I'm going to do a series of these on various paintings, so please keep an eye on my YouTube channel, and if you wanted to subscribe, that would be wonderful, and thank you very much.